Hey guys, this is your host Drew, and welcome back to this week's episode of the WeKIN Rundown.
This is your host Daniel. That was a pretty cool intro there, Drew.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, man, I like that. So your show's coming up pretty soon. What time was it at? And do you have the address to that place?
Yeah, man, it's 7 p.m. on the 28th, and it's 1923 Ring-a-Ling Boulevard, Sarasota, Florida.
All right, I'll be there for sure.
It's like near downtown. Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. It's gonna be, I think, fun. I got some jokes. I think some of them are really what I think could be potential, you know, like some of my good stuff. And then some of them are just like, I need to, it's 5 minutes, dude, is harder to fill than you think it is.
What do you mean? Like all the jokes that you're going to have to say? Can't you just tell one 5-minute long joke?
That's hard as fuck, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, the thing is I guess you could tell one long 5-minute joke, but then like you got to also think like within that joke, you need to tell other jokes because you're trying to get at least 3 laughs per minute.
I didn't know there was a science behind it.
I mean, that's why there's successful comedians, I guess, and unsuccessful ones.
Fair.
I don't know. This is just what I'm learning right now.
Well, I'm rooting for the three laugh threshold for you.
Yeah, it's a pretty low threshold. I think back in the days of one-liners, it was like 7 laughs a minute, which sounds crazy.
That's insane.
That's like
more than one every 10 seconds.
I don't. That's why Rodney Dangerfield would like say those crazy, like, you know, like.
Is it even pleasant to laugh that often?
I feel like at some point, like you're laughing and like, you know, like when you open up like a hose or like like you turn on a faucet and it's just easier for it to keep going because it's like on, you know. That's what I feel like. Like once you get that many, you're like 12 laughs deep, so you're just gonna keep laughing at anything.
Yeah, and I just feel like it opens up health problems, right? You can't laugh that long.
I think
you'll rip something.
I think you can laugh that long. I think it's totally fine. And laughter is the best medicine. Right next to this fun stuff that we're drinking.
Shot of shine.
Little shot of shine. What do you got here? What do you have for us here?
It's just a little Apple Cinnamon Moonshine.
Oh, nice, man. Where'd you get this from?
Can't tell my secrets.
I was hoping you were going to tell me, like, in some weird way, like, if I told you that, I'd have to beat you with the tin still that I made it with.
Oh, no, I didn't make it. Nope, wasn't me.
Not that cool.
Yep. Actually, I just call it shine.
It tastes really good.
Yeah, it's actually Angry Orchard.
It doesn't taste like Angry Orchard, but
I poured a
really
shit ton of cinnamon in it. Just let it marinate with cinnamon sticks for a month.
I don't believe any of that. So yeah, man. How was your weekend, dude?
I had a pretty tame weekend, to say the least. It was Father's Day, and I didn't want to do too much, but I ended up. Oh man, yeah, that was tough, huh?
Yeah, I was going to talk about it if you didn't.
Well, so I tried to take Archer fishing, but the tide was pretty rough.
King's tide, baby.
Yeah, and I couldn't drop the cast net in.
Can you explain the King's tide to our listeners?
Man, I don't feel like I have enough information on it to explain it properly, but I know that it's rare. It happens once every few years, and it's just a rising tide that, like, you could drive down Riverview Boulevard and it wouldn't have rained for weeks, and the road will just be underwater.
Right. I believe, like, I don't know, like, the exact signs of it, like you were saying, you don't either. But I believe what it is like all the lunar conditions and all of, like, the celestial conditions are, like, the exact perfect thing.
I'm
like,
pretty confident it does have something to do with it.
Yeah, and it's just, like, incredibly high tide on top of, like, super moon tide on top of, like, the fucking crabs are out here making the tide higher kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? Just some crazy shit.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, so fishing just kind of was thrown out the window for us. So then we went and checked out Lewis Park, which they've halfway finished.
Which side did they finish? The baby side or like the grown-up kid side?
No, just
grown-up kid. Like, that's a thing.
No, they finished the side that both of the playgrounds are on. So it's like the big kid playground and the little kid playground. But then the other side has swings and stuff, which people have torn the caution tape off of and already started using. But they have a mini witch's hat there. It's not like our witch's hat. where it was super dangerous. Like this one has like a plastic bottom that goes all the way up to it, so that it really doesn't swing like ours did.
That's stupid.
But I thought it was a cool touch that they added the witch's hat.
They tried.
They added it for us, I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like whatever architect was there was like, so what was the original equipment?
Lewis Park needs a witch's hat. Like it's, and if you guys don't know what a witch's hat, it's basically just a giant like octagon or something like that.
It looks like a giant witch's hat.
Yeah,
with chains.
But the chains come down to the octagon, and like it's like sits on this gyro, and it like moves around like a giant swing, and you kind of just hold on. It's like if
very dangerous.
Yeah, if like a seesaw and like a swing had like a weird baby that was like super overweight.
Yeah, you could also spin in a circle.
And you could also like kill your siblings on it.
And I think the worst part about it was that you could push it all the way in. So like that part you were standing on would slam against the pole. And I mean, that was just enough to make you freaking fall off right there.
Yeah, there was no safety precautions. It was one of those things that was designed in the 50s and like should have went a long time ago. But
like metal slides.
Yeah, those are not designed for Florida.
Placed in the sun.
Yeah.
We used to drop sand on it just to shoot down.
Yeah, you'd wear jeans like to the playground just because you're like, dude, I want to go down the slide today.
Exactly.
Like
trying to have some fun out here.
Yeah, I don't care if I sweat. Do you remember being a little kid and like that one summer where we didn't have AC at all?
I don't think I was in the house enough to ever notice if we had AC or not.
You don't remember because we slept.
What house was it?
It was the one 29th Street across the street. There was one summer where we didn't have AC. It was terrible. You're so lucky you don't remember that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, good for you, bro.
I blocked it out.
Yeah, just a thing to block out for sure. So, yeah, man, do you want to start some articles up? I'll start an article if you want me to.
Yeah, if you want to start us off, that would be great.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I want to go back into the fact that we moved that overly gigantic piano this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Shoot.
We skipped that. That was not fun.
Yeah, so I went to Lewis Park, and then after that, I called you up, and you came and met me, and we moved to piano.
Yeah, it was not fun. There's like I love people, but there's like a herd mentality with people, and one or two of them decided they weren't going to help, so all the rest of them decided they weren't going to help, and they all just stood around and watched us try to move this thing that weighs like, it's some wood, but there's like pieces of iron on it that are painted like wood.
Yeah, there was like cast iron on that thing, but I wasn't going to give up only because there were so many people that were watching us.
Well, yeah, but like that's like the thing. It was almost like, hey, either help or go away. Like,
yeah, no, but
I understand that this is your house and you want to make sure we don't fuck anything up. So maybe like one of you can watch, but like the rest of you, go the fuck out of here.
Like at one point, I thought to myself, we're not going to be able to do this. You know, we can't bring this piano, just two guys, onto the back of a pickup truck. It's not going to be humanly possible. But then when I saw all of them standing and watching us, I was like, yeah, we're going to get this done.
I totally was in the same boat as you where I was like, we were moving it like inches by inches by inches. And then I was like, dude, I'm not the guy. I don't think I can move this. I don't think I can do it. And then when you looked at me and you said, if we can clear this door that's like 3 foot away, it has wheels. It can move like that, like long ways. And I just put every ounce of strength I had into that.
And then it moved long ways a little bit.
Yeah, but
we didn't really have to lift it much after that, except for into the truck.
Yeah, dude, what does that thing weigh? Like the same amount as like a fucking baby hippopotamus?
Yeah, maybe more. I don't know. I don't know what a baby hippopotamus was. I don't know what that thing weighs.
It felt like we were fucking wrestling like an adolescent elephant in like a mud pit, like in the middle of like I don't even know, like the heat was just so much, and the like inches we were trying to move it, and then the fact that we had to put it like up on its end to like slide it into your truck, and getting it out of the truck, it almost crushed me. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you forgot about that, right?
Yeah. Well, I thought you were dead. Thought that was it.
I thought I was gonna finally get that cool robot like I always wanted.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get the piano off of you, so I was like, he's just going to have to lay there and tough this one out.
It's like that. What's that movie where the guy gets like the boulder stuck on his arm and he just sits there and then he cuts it off?
48 hours or 72
hours. Like just 72 minutes under a piano.
What a gangster.
Yeah, that guy's badass, man.
Jesus. How do you get the willpower to do that shit?
Oh, because he was sitting there for long enough, and like at first he was like,
"Don't give a fuck."
Yeah, somebody's gonna save me. Somebody's gonna save me. And then it was like, "Hey, no one's gonna save me. I could save myself, or I could stay here and die."
Yeah, well, he made that decision in 3 days. Like people ask me, "Oh, since you don't eat vegetables, if vegetables were the only thing on earth, would you eat them?" And it's like, fuck yeah, I would eat the vegetables. But I'm not going to eat them on the first day. I'm not going to eat them on the second day. And I'm not going to eat them on the third day.
Yeah, but
it's going to take me a week or two to put a Brussels sprout in my goddamn mouth. And this guy fucking cut his arm off with a pocket knife after 3 days, 72 hours.
Well, you got to say that's different circumstances because one, his arm was probably already dead. Like being crushed under that boulder for 72 hours, it was probably already couldn't be saved.
Well, he said he like stabbed it and like
it didn't
air
hurt,
came out. But no blood.
Like a fucking tire, bro.
He said, when I stabbed it, air came out, but no blood, and it smelled like it like decay. And
yeah, bro.
Oh, fuck. But he said the problem was once he got to the bone, and he had to crack the bone, he said he had to like put his weight onto the other side of the boulder and then like pull his arm up. And he had to keep doing that.
I'm laughing
until he
because
heard
that sounds
crack.
That sounds
And then
terrible.
he said even worse than that, once he broke the top bone, he had to break the bottom bone. So then he had to grab the bottom side of the boulder and fucking pull on that until he snapped
feeling
that.
it the whole time.
Feeling the bone, yeah. Yeah, the bone he felt. He felt that shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, that guy's hardcore.
Your bones
man.
don't die, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you don't feel it. I guess you don't feel a broken bone.
Okay.
No, you don't feel it.
All right.
No, I think a broken bone is like
psychological.
The shock of it.
It's like psychological, like because you're like you like hear it and you're like that's my bone.
I feel like it's more the psychological thing of it, and fucking maybe like if it breaks skin or something.
Right.
But I don't think.
Like you said, no blood was coming out. It was air.
Yeah, I don't know. Would breaking a bone hurt? I've broken many bones, but I know when I broke my arm, it didn't really hurt that bad. I know when I broke my collarbone.
Every time you broke your collarbone, it hurt.
Well, the first time I was a child and everything hurt.
Right.
When I broke my arm,
the second time you broke your collarbone, you were
I
still
freaked
okay, right?
out until I realized. I remembered somebody told me that like pain's in your mind, and I was like, put a hat over it. When they put a hat over it, I calmed down and like it didn't hurt anymore,
even though it's sideways.
Even though it was still fucked up, and the paramedic was walking over. But then I remember the second time I broke my collarbone. I went like 2 weeks with that before I even went to the doctor, and it hurt, but it only hurt like whenever I hit it with pressure or something like that.
Right.
So if you snapped your bone real quick and real clean, I don't know that would hurt that bad.
I don't know how
it would hurt afterwards, but I don't think the initial. I think the initial would be shot.
I don't know how clean you can make it with a boulder. But
no, it's not going to be clean. But you get what I'm saying.
I do.
He had the intention of breaking it.
Well, he had the intention of living, no matter what.
He lived.
He did. He did the thing.
And then he didn't even have to work ever again. All he had to do was talk about how badass he is.
That's because he shouldn't have fucking lived. And when you do live through something that you shouldn't fucking live through, like you chopped your arm off with a fucking.
I bet you there's tons and tons of people. There's tons of people that live through things they shouldn't have lived through, and nobody talk about them
because they don't write books about it. They're idiots.
Like there was that guy that was in a whale's mouth recently, and he got struck by lightning like twice and attacked by a shark before. The odds for this guy is like through the roof.
It sounds like he literally is a biblical character.
He's like a statistical anomaly, bro.
He literally sounds like the dude that like got swallowed by the whale in fucking the Bible and got struck by lightning because God like was mad.
And then whenever they asked him like, so what do you have to say about the ordeal where you got swallowed by the whale?
You're already laughing.
This old man said, oh, I mean, these things happen.
These things happen?
No, bro. These things do not happen.
People don't get swallowed by whales, bro. In fact...
stop cheating death.
Actually, speaking of whales, have you seen that, like, what is it? Is it the the blue whales, or is it the sperm whales or whatever it is? Maybe they're beluga whales or humpback whales. I don't know, but they like literally will save seals from killer whales just because they have been warring with killer whales for so long. Like, it goes in their DNA.
Do they not eat them?
No, they save them. They literally will like...
But I'm saying, are they doing it as out of spite, or is it just not on their diet anyway?
No, they're doing it out of spite towards the fucking killer whales because they're like, they war with them for territory, and the killer whales started like attacking them like thousands of years ago, even though they don't like, they're just trying to be the big dog in town, you know? So... I guess groups of them can fuck up one, but whenever there's more than one of them, they're like, you know what I'm saying, can do whatever they want. And if there's one of the humpback whales and only like one or two of the killer whales, they still can do whatever they want. So lots of times, like, they'll just go up to a seal and like put it under their flipper and like flip their back and just hold it, like become an island for the seal. So that like,
that's crazy.
And then like, they'll also like, they're
so smart.
And then once they save the seal, they'll follow the fucking killer whale to the next place it goes to be like, nah, bruh, I don't want you to eat today. Fuck you.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, bruh. Because all he has to do to eat is just open his mouth and get like the fucking plankton. He's eating the whole way, following this dude being like, you're not eating.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's sometimes being the top.
Yeah, the killer whales are like attacking boats off of Portugal or Spain or something like that.
I think they know that that those things are eating their food, and they view it as like another
scientists say that they believe that it's overfishing, or that they're associating these boats with overfishing. But I guess they've done it for a long time. Is they'll like run into the motor until they like bust it, and the people will call for a tow and they'll get towed in. But I guess just recently they started, after they bust the thing up while the boat's getting towed in, they'll keep ramming the fucking boat.
Just trying to sink it.
And it's like, damn, bro. You imagine getting sunk with killer whales around. I mean, they're called orcas, but we've nicknamed them killer whales. That's like Mike Tyson. We call him Killer Mike, you know?
Right. Like,
because he's a fucking killer.
Just imagine that. Like, he just decided you were punching.
It's not like an ironic name, bro.
Right. No, they're not. They're not nice just because we have Shamu.
Yeah. No, I would not. That's probably... That and a hippopotamus are the two animals that I would really not want to run into in the ocean.
Yeah, you don't want either of those things.
Fuck that.
Yeah, you wanna get into these articles now?
Yeah, it's you're gonna start us off, right?
Yeah, I got this one where this TikToker faked his own death and then showed up at his own funeral to teach his family a quote unquote life lesson. TikToker David Barton, I can't say that right, Bradenton, came up with the idea after becoming disheartened with how much his family had grown apart. Okay, I guess you're not going to say anything about that. Anyways, the Belgian TikToker faked his own death, turned up to the funeral to teach them the lesson. He's known as Ragnar Lafaux on social media. He came up with the idea, obviously I already said this, about how his family was fractured, but he says, what I see in my family often hurts me. I never get invited to anything. Nobody sees me. We all grew apart. I felt unappreciated. That's why I wanted to give them a life lesson and show them that you shouldn't wait until someone is dead to meet up with them.
He sounds like an idiot.
Sounds like a fucking asshole, dude. He sounds like somebody who can't like reach out and text or call somebody or like literally be like, hey, I want to kill myself. Spend time with me.
like, do you go to his second funeral? Like, if he ends up really dying?
No. Now I wouldn't go to his funeral.
People don't even go to the second wedding. You want me to go to your second funeral?
No, absolutely not. I would, dude. Yeah, you don't even, you don't go to the second wedding. Like, okay, so like the second funeral is like what are they gonna do for that one? Like, it's just like a real quick thing, on the beach, like.
We don't actually have a pastor for this one.
Yeah. We just.
It's just my uncle.
It's just a notary public, and we paid him with a 6-pack of Budweiser.
Was a great guy. We already did this one, so we hope this one really works out.
I don't know why I got an accent because this boy's Belgian. In order to pull off the prank, this 45-year-old TikToking asshole.
What country is he from?
From Belgium. It says that he, to pull off the prank, he got help from his wife and kids Rest in peace, Daddy. I will never stop thinking about you. One of his daughters wrote on TikTok before the service. Why is life so unfair? Why you? You were going to be a grandfather, and you still had your whole life ahead of you. I love you. We love you. We will never forget you.
They're all horrible people.
That guy sounds like he logged into his kids' accounts and fucking just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, how do you, does he, it's like, does it say if his mom and dad were alive?
This man, it does not say that yet, but it says he has over 165,000 followers. And then he made a fucking grand appearance at his fucking funeral in a helicopter, bro. Showed up in a helicopter. He says, cheers.
How ironic would it have been if it crashed? Yeah.
I don't think plane crashes are funny, but like that in certain
I said ironic. I didn't say funny.
Well, the funny thing is that irony is funny. So
it is funny, but I'm not alluding to that. I'm just saying it would have been ironic had his helicopter went down whenever he showed up at his funeral.
Oh my God, dude. He hugged some of the relatives while others seemed confused, and he seemingly responded to pushback about his stunt saying, only half of my family even came to the funeral. That proves who really cares about me.
Only half of my
Those
family.
who didn't come didn't contact me to meet up, so in a way, I did win.
So that you could have lost? You could have lost on that?
Yeah, when he crashed the plane.
I guess.
Or the helicopter.
But I don't think he was saying that. I think he was saying...
No, he meant like, oh, like...
He won because they're no longer in
I
his
know who
life.
my real family is.
Oh, God.
Bro, like, you cried in the first place about them not being in your life, and now, like... Now the people who were going to be in your life are not going to be in your life. I don't know.
It reminds me of, like, that prank I saw where the kid wakes up in a funeral box, and everyone's, like, at the morgue, and he was, like, super drunk or whatever.
Oh, shit.
And he wakes up after a night of drinking super heavy inside of this, what do they call it, casket?
Okay, yeah.
And his whole family will be there. Everyone will be there dressed in, like, their suits. And he'll, like, get up out of the casket and look at everyone like, what is going on, you know? And they'll be praying, and he'll climb out, and he'll, like, walk up to, like, his mom or his brother or something, and, like, wave like this. And they'll, like, act like they can't even see him. And he'll be walking around at everyone, like, and then after a while, you know, they'll realize. But, dude, I think I've seen two of them, and the guys' faces were so fucking scared. Like, they believed they were dead. Yeah. They 100% thought they woke up at their funeral.
Like they thought that they were, like, out of body experiencing it.
100%. That's what and they were both foreign, like, countries, whenever I saw it. But it was pretty funny. I thought it was funny.
I'm glad that we can add on a funny note because this guy's an asshole, and
yeah, no, that guy wasn't funny. That one wasn't a prank.
I could never.
That was the reverse prank.
I could never pretend to be dead for, like, to get you guys to, like, want to love me. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, you have sympathy, or maybe not sympathy. I don't know, daddy issues, something. There's got to be a word
you
for
just
that.
don't know how to reach out to your family in a healthy way because you're all about social media. That's, like, one thing I don't like about social media is that, like, it's like almost like people live this fake life on social media where they care about what it looks like and what their followers like, even though their followers is watching your video. If you have a 45-second video, they're probably watching the 30 seconds they like, maybe even less, and pressing like. And all you care is that 20,000 people like that video, when really what you should be caring about is, like, being around your family. You know, I don't know. I understand that that's how some people make money, but, like, do that after caring about your family and being close with real life connections, you know?
Yeah. And what does it matter if somebody, like, you don't know what somebody was thinking? Like, what if it was too hard for that person to freaking show up at your funeral or something? You know what I'm saying? Like,
also, no offense, dude, but, like, if I have a funeral and you have something, like, going on, like, obviously, like, if you got to work that day and it's not important, like, get off work and come. But, like, if you're like...
Dude, and how many people fucking change their plans to go, this guy's fucking fake funeral? What if somebody else in one of those people's family died and their funeral was actually scheduled on that same day?
And they said, I can't go.
And he was like, oh, I got to make a choice. Oh, I choose this fucking guy's funeral. He goes to this fucking funeral instead of the actual real fucking funeral. Oh, my God,
Then
bro.
you kill that guy and then you make it sure he has a funeral.
I'd be irate. Would it even be murder if you killed a dead person?
Guys, if you're liking and enjoying the episode and want us to make some more great content for you, you could go down to the bottom and click support the show. It's either like a one-time $3 charge, or you can give $3 every month, and that would really help. We could just keep making some good episodes for you. If you can't do that, we ask that you go and rate us in whichever platform that you listen to, and share us wherever you can. It means a lot to us, so we can keep making some great episodes for you guys, the listeners, the ones that we do it for the most. Thank you. That's a very good question. If he had a death certificate, no. But he probably doesn't have one, because it was all fake.
Fabrication.
What a fucking asshole. I just said the F word like 6 times, and I guess, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Explicit content, baby.
Explicit.
Yeah, you want to go to your next article?
Yeah.
Or your first article, rather.
The next article, which, yes, is my first
The
article.
next article.
And it's actually about a deceased body that was discovered in Texas. And it actually turned out to be a dismembered sex doll.
Wait, so how long was this body thought to be deceased for?
It says authorities in Texas made a strange discovery Wednesday when they were called to a residence in Harris County after a body was discovered on the premises. The sheriff's office responded to the 5800 block of Brunswick near East Mount Houston Road, Hirsch Road, and the Eastex Freeway as a deceased female was discovered. However, upon closer inspection, the officials determined it was a sex doll. False call on this one. Upon closer inspection, not a body, said Sheriff Ed Gonzalez.
Time out. So how dirty was that sex doll to where they thought it was a fucking human body?
They said it was wearing only a pink bra and underwear at the time it was found. It was also dismembered.
Well, maybe the guy needed to get rid of it because his wife found it or some shit.
They said foul play. This is kind of confusing. Foul play was suspected, but did not say if charges were filed in connection with the discovery. What charges would you file?
So they could file charges for foul play when it was a body, but then like they probably didn't say if they filed charges, because if they didn't, and then it turns out to be a sex doll, then they're the laughing stock of their division probably, or whatever department. That's what I'm imagining. Just like my brain putting things together.
I mean, they said they found 2 other bodies, like actual real bodies.
At the same place?
In the area. Oh, this is no, not at the same place, but in the same area in the past few days. This is a picture of the sex doll.
Dude, the sex dolls are getting pretty realistic.
Yeah, and she's dismembered too.
Yeah, so like, I mean, like at first glance, like we're trained to like not want to look at dead bodies because that shit's like horrific in real life. So like, glance like real quick, like that looks like a dead body.
It does. I would believe it at first.
It's just kind of funny that like after closer inspection, yeah, what fucking 15 seconds?
Yeah, exactly.
you poked it with your pen and we were like, this is made of fucking latex.
I mean, somebody called it in without walking up to it.
I mean, the person who called it in was probably like, oh, I'm going to record this. This is funny. This is my sex doll.
This is my sex doll.
I just want to see what these cops are going to do.
Yeah. So
that's just weird to me that like, I don't know, like someone would dismember that thing and then throw it out there. Like, why do you think someone would do that?
There's fucking crazy people in the world.
I know, but that like, can you just give me like a speculation of a scenario that would be fun for the show?
Have you seen the episode of Cleveland Show?
I don't know where you're going. I've seen a lot of them, but
who's the little short guy?
Oh, Holt, where
Holt kills the sex doll because
he's trying to be more grown up.
Exactly.
You think that's what happened? So this is like some like 18-year-old guy, or at least a 24-year-old like kid who like got a real job, and he's like, I have a girlfriend
now. Or he's
now.
Just fucking really crazy.
We got to break up, Cindy.
Oh yeah, or he's just really crazy, and he's like,
oh, Cindy's the name of the sex doll. By
this
the way.
is the next step. You know, I've been fucking this sex doll. Now I gotta.
Why is it always it was crazy.
Because there's crazy fucking people in the world, man. And that's the problem is a lot of people don't want to identify like, hey, yeah, that dude was just kind of fucking crazy.
All right,
you know
that's fair. Whenever like they romanticize these serial killers, like in like these new documentaries, and all these women are like, "Oh man, have you seen the new Jeffrey Dahmer?"
Like Dexter?
Yeah, well, Dexter is like is
Fucking crazy.
It is crazy, but Dexter's
Don't defend him.
No, what I'm going to say about Dexter is it's fictional. It's completely based on fiction. Somebody just wrote that guy.
You're just saying like what people are into.
Well, yeah, I'm saying when they romanticize a serial killer like Jeffrey Dahmer, and people are like, "Oh, did you see Homeboy in the Netflix special about Jeffrey Dahmer? He's so sexy." It's like, first of all,
fucking killer.
Yeah, dude.
You know? Red flags everywhere.
Yeah, man. I mean, I get that they like made it sexy-ish in like a weird trailer park way.
I don't know what your list of like the perfect man would be, but I do know what it should be, and I do know it should be at the very top. And your personal safety should be number one above everything. Yeah. Am I gonna die?
Like that it goes along with the can I have a comfort, like will they give me a comfortability in life? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I'd say above everything. If I meet this person alone,
yeah,
are they gonna fucking kill me?
Right.
Jeffrey Dahmer is gonna fucking kill you.
Yes.
What's attractive about that?
That's not attractive. And I think I don't, maybe it's because I don't know.
You don't want to feel safe with this somebody. I don't understand it.
I don't know. I think
I wouldn't even feel safe. I'm like an able-bodied man.
Do you think it's like,
and I wouldn't feel safe alone in the room with that fucking crazy
little skinny dude with his weird knives and shit?
Yeah, no, he's gonna fucking break his glasses off, poke me in the eye, and fucking before I know it, I'm shanked in the neck. No, I don't know what he's capable of. He's crazy.
Crazy people, man. I don't know how we got onto that, but that was like a cool little fun tangent. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Fucking crazy, man.
Oh, so speaking of crazy shit, do you want to hear my next article that's got some crazy shit?
Crazy shit. Let's hear it.
It's this Illinois man was charged after telling police he shot himself in the leg during a dream about a home intruder. That's some like
crazy.
That's some like Cheddar Bob shit, bro.
The fact that he got charged is crazy. He shot himself in his own home.
That's what I'm saying. Like Cheddar Bobbed his ass, and then he went the next level and he told the police what happened, and they fucking charged him. It says a suburban Chicago man is facing firearm charges after he told the officers he accidentally shot himself in the leg while dreaming that an intruder was breaking into his home.
So he was defending himself.
Well, he was dreaming it, and
but he was defending himself.
The man was charged about 2 months after Lake County Sheriff deputies were called to his home, reporting that a person was with a gunshot wound. It says the deputies found the 62-year-old man with, holy shit, he was 62, with the gunshot wound in one of his legs, applied with a homemade tourniquet to the limb because he was losing a significant amount of blood.
Well, if he had said that he tried to kill himself, would they have charged him with a gun crime?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. And then
those people get charged with gun crime. If you shoot yourself, you get charged with gun crime.
And then you get like a crazy charge too.
No, I think you only get the crazy charge, bro. I think it's fucking 14 days on the 7th floor, and then they'll release you.
Oh man, so they charged him though because his firearm owner's identification card had been revoked.
Oh, illegal possession, man.
Yeah, dude. You saved that for the end, which makes sense though, because I was thinking, why did this guy get in trouble? Yeah. You got to follow. Like that goes back to the thing we said on the other podcast. You got to follow the gun laws.
You don't have a choice. I mean, gun crimes are like minimum 2 years.
And that's like minimum. This says like him recklessly discharging the firearm.
I don't think anybody should be a prohibited possessor though.
It says because it was a recklessly discharge of a firearm and possession of a firearm without the valid card, he has 2 felonies.
I mean, I think crazy people should be prohibited possessors, but like, was he crazy is my thing. Like, if it was, like, because he was a felon.
This man's going to be screwed, dude, because it says it's going to be an online court, in that like online court just gives like a state attorney, and the 62-year-old man doesn't have any flipping way to do that, dude. So I don't understand. That's not good for him. It's just not good. Jeez. Shooting himself in the leg, bro.
We should start a GoFundMe for that, man.
We should start a GoFundMe for this man.
Or how's he going to get charged for shooting himself in the leg on accident? He's trying to defend himself. He's just really fucking old.
What does it say?
I kind of wish I knew why he wasn't allowed to.
It doesn't say his name, but after the podcast, when I go home, I will research his name. And I will start. I'll start a GoFundMe for him. But yeah, man, I don't really know what else to say about that. Like, it's just crazy, like to shoot yourself with your gun. Like, I don't care if you're 62. Like, I'm not gonna have a dream and shoot myself.
How do you know, dude? I'm a sleepwalker, I guess you could say.
Oh shit, that's scary.
Yeah, and I guess Mom saw me not the other day. This was a few months ago, but she said I woke up and I couldn't find the clicker, and we were looking for the clicker for like a day, and then we asked Mom. We said, "Hey, Mom, do you know where the clicker is?" And she said, "The last time I saw it, I came out of my room, and Daniel was standing in the middle of the living room, and he was holding it, just staring at a blank TV. And I asked him if he was okay. He didn't respond to me. And then he stood there. I said, okay, you should go back to bed." And I went out into the garage, or she went into wherever. And then I vaguely remember being out there. And I just remember throwing a clicker away. That's all I can remember is like throwing a clicker in the trash.
You threw it away?
That's what I remember from it. Yeah.
Did you go find it, or did you just buy a new one?
It had been like a day or two since Mom told us what happened, and I didn't remember it until Mom told me that, and I was like, fuck. I was like,
I threw my clicker away.
Well, I don't remember it. I just remember, like, for some reason, that in my mind is like a deja vu type of memory.
Right, like it jogged your memory.
Of me waving in front of, because I had that touchless trash can out there. So I remember just waving in my arm in front of it, just throwing a clicker in the trash can, and then walking back to my bed, laying down and going back to sleep. But I don't ever remember waking up. I don't remember that incident. It's like a vague memory.
It was like your body remembers it.
And then I had that girlfriend that I punched in the face while I was dreaming. And I still remember I was fighting this kid that I know. And it was like a dream. Like, you know how like if you fight somebody, you have rubber bands on your arms?
Yeah.
Like you can't hurt anybody. So I'm like working this kid's midsection, you know, I'm just fucking getting him, but I'm not fucking touching him at all. And then I come around with the left, smoke him in the face, wake up to a slap in my face because apparently I actually did swing a left, and the girl I was sleeping with caught it.
You punched her right in the face.
Bro. And the fucked up thing is obviously I did it subconsciously, like I was asleep.
Right.
She didn't have to slap me in the face so fucking hard.
Well,
she was awake.
Yeah, well, she didn't know. I mean,
She knew I was asleep. She fucking knew I was asleep.
I can totally believe that you have like some sort of sleepwalking thing, because I also have like a sleeping disorder. I have fucking sexomnia. Have you ever heard of that?
What is it?
It's called sexomnia, or it's called sleep sex. It's like like literally where you will engage in sexual activities with the person with you while you're sleeping. So like after the fact, the person you're with is like
tells you about it and you don't remember about it.
It's not that they don't tell you. It's like I remember like specifically in the beginning before I found out I had it, I'd be like, oh, you were really in the mood. You really wanted daddy, you know, you woke me up for it. And she's like, what are you talking about? You stuck it in me. You woke me up. You're the one. And it's like, wait, I did what now? No, I didn't. I was sleeping. And it's like, I remember like not believing it at first, and then hearing about it from someone. And then like, it's actually been like used in a defense for a guy who this woman said that he raped her. Like, it actually worked.
That's crazy.
Well, because it's a real thing. But I'm not saying they had to prove that the guy had it. You know what I'm saying? They had to prove that he was like, I was sleeping next to this woman. We had been sleeping together before that. He's like, she's like, I didn't consent that time. He's like, I didn't want to do it either. Like, I'm sure he wanted to, but it wasn't like that's a thing. Like,
I don't even want this.
No, but like, I actually tell women that like, when I'm dating them, if I sleep next to them, that I have that, because I don't want that to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's like, hey, you need to know that this could happen, because that, or I'm sleeping with 2 layers of pants on just in case I try to rip them off while I'm sleeping. And I'm not making that up. That's a real crazy thing. Yeah.
I just don't sleep a lot.
I've been sleeping more since I stopped with the caffeine.
I usually, like last night, I think I got 2.5 hours.
That's disgusting.
I usually, if I get over 5, like, that's pretty good. Mom usually will give me a little bit of time to sleep in on like a weekend, but
that's normally why you take a nap like almost every day.
Old man naps, bro.
You'd be needing that shit. You're like,
I would call them power naps, bro, but I don't do them for power. I do them because I'm old.
You ever heard of the way that Batman sleeps?
Upside down, like a bat?
I mean, that's a good joke. I like that one.
Yeah, I wasn't joking. I assume that should be a correct answer.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So no, but Batman, this is a real technique that I guess like some weird ancient ninjas invented in like ancient China or Japan.
We're talking fictional ones?
This is real life. This is a real technique that people can use. But I guess it's really hard to do. So what it is you only sleep like 15 minutes every 4 hours. Like, you train your body to needing 15 hours of sleep every 4 hours.
15 minutes every 4 hours.
Yeah, that's what I meant. 15. What did I say? 15 minutes every 4 hours is what he needs. So it's like.
And what was the life expectancy of those people?
I don't know. I have no idea. But Batman whoops ass until he's like 70, and he's also fictional. But that is a way that does explain how he is able to go out and be Batman. You know what I'm saying? Because like, he'll be like out in like a 12-hour stakeout, and he just has to rest real quick for like 30 minutes. And like, really, if he needs to, and he like can't rest, he also has like some sort of like adrenaline in his fucking thing, and caffeine pills to keep himself awake. So it's fine.
If you need any information on DC or Marvel characters, this is your guy.
I don't know that that's true. Batman's just awesome. I don't know why I started talking about Batman like that.
Yeah, I'm not really into the Batman. I'm more of a Marvel guy, but even around you, I don't want to talk about Marvel because you make me insecure about my Marvel fandom.
I don't try to do that, but I understand, because there's definitely people who know more than me, and it's like they try to be gatekeepers, but I don't feel like I'm a gatekeeper to you. I feel like I just...
No, you're not a gatekeeper. It's like, if you're in shape around not in shape people, you feel like you're in shape. But then you could be in that same shape around really in shape people.
Like people who are actually fucking in shape.
And you're no longer the best. You know, you're not going to teach them anything, you know? That's how it is with Marvel with you.
Yeah, but like, it's...
like an average Joe, I could show him up, but then you walk into the octagon and I need to just walk out.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to be like that. But I get you. I get what you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm not saying you do it intentionally.
Oh, I get what you're saying. It's just intimidating my level of knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not saying people that are ripped to get ripped to make other people be like, oh, God, I'm not as ripped as that guy. You know, that wasn't the intention of what I was saying.
Right. I mean, I got you. I appreciate the compliment, bro. Do you want to go into your next article? I think the next one's a fun one. At least if I have it lined up correctly, I believe it's a funny article title. It's okay. That's Daniel's dog in the background.
Yeah, my dog's making all kinds of noise.
She just wants to be out here in the garage, and you know, dogs have nails. Life.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the same lineup, but next up I had one about the drug syndicate?
Yeah, that's the one. Can you talk
Okay.
into the circle?
Yep, talking into the
Sounds
signal.
so much better now. You should turn it so where your phone is like behind it up here, so you're actually talking into it, and reading it. Like pull your phone up. You don't have to have it that far away, do you?
I mean, I don't know.
There you go. Now that just sounds better, It's
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, I got one. It's a drug syndicate that hid meth and Canadian maple syrup, canola oil bound for the Down Under.
Ooh, good old Australia. You think they're gonna put the Canadian maple like hidden meth syrup on like the shrimp on the Barbie?
Meth syrup. Now, if it was like cocaine syrup,
Do you think that like we're obviously
Cocoa
gonna
syrup?
look more at the article, but do you think that like it was just part of the syrup and it had to be taken apart, or it was like wrapped up inside the syrup?
oh, it had to be wrapped up in it. They weren't extracting meth. I mean, maybe they would extract meth from syrup. I don't know how into it they are. I know that they do make it in like a lab in fucking RVs.
Right.
It sounds like dedication.
I'm trying to read a little bit ahead, but
So it says a drug syndicate that tried to smuggle tons of methamphetamine from Canada to Australia and New Zealand by hiding it in shipments of maple syrup and canola oil has had its ruse busted. Authorities from the three nations say they worked together for more than 5 months to unravel the elaborate scheme that was worth billions of dollars.
that seems like only 5 months to get rid of billions of dollars. Seems like they didn't really have a good infrastructure.
And they say they've made dozens of arrests and expect more to come, while the Canadian authorities said they are still investigating the case and aren't yet providing all the details.
You know why the Canadian authorities are so upset, right? Because it's like
They were the exporters.
well, that and also like don't fuck with our maple syrup. That's our thing.
Yeah, well, I think the Canadian people were like less upset because they're the ones that said we're still investigating, while New Zealand and Australia were like, we've already made dozens of arrests.
Right.
But you got to understand, Canada was the fucking exporter. Like, it's like the opium wars, when
Right.
England was trying to force opium on China, We're the exporter. We want to win this. We don't give a shit what you take. Australian police said they intercepted 4 separate hauls of meth weighing more than 6 tons. Jesus. Reminies. Goodness.
That's a lot. That's
Oh,
a whole
man.
lot, dude.
6 tons.
That's like a ton. Like also is like that's like a car, right?
They filed charges against 6 men. That equates, I mean, I don't know what the men were charged with, but assuming each one was charged with a ton, imagine being charged with a ton of meth. Like, how much meth did they find you with? Oh, a ton.
I sold some drugs. How much? An elephant's worth.
A fucking ton, bro.
Yeah. That
No,
was,
but like how much? Yeah, no, man, a ton.
like not like like an actual physical ton.
Yeah, like a ton, like 2,200 and whatever the fuck it is pounds, bro. More than you.
Did you read farther down where it said they said the Canadian authorities swapped out the meth for harmless substances and allowed the shipments to continue?
I did not get that.
That's how fucking funny. 'Cause they found this in January and they found 2,900 liters, and they said that they were just like, oh, let's just take it out and put some other stuff in there and just let it go on through.
So I guess it was liquid meth. So they just hid it amongst the other bottles.
Oh, like lazily. Like, 20% of these are actually.
Damn, see? And that's why Canada let it go through, is because they're just trying to make $1, bro. That's what it's about.
Canada wants to make $1 out of a dime.
Everybody wants to make $1 out of a dime, bro.
I'm trying to make $1 out of a penny, bro.
Everybody wants to live the American dream. Nobody wants to work.
At the end, they try to it's like say like, oh, international drug trade is wreaking havoc on our world.
It says police said the syndicate tried to hide more than 3/4 of a ton of meth in a shipment of maple syrup, the largest such shipment that had been intercepted at New Zealand's border. They arrested 5 men, so it was 5 and 6, so that's 11. They said they've made dozens of arrests.
Yeah, I think these are all the different nations that are like arresting all the different people,
I see.
So it's just like adds up.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's the rest of this is pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. But like, if you ask me, like, it's pretty funny to think about like Canada being pissed that you're giving them bad maple syrup like reviews, and then Canada also being like, well, we have to export our maple syrup, so let's just take the bad shit out and put non-bad shit in there.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, what do you want? You rather have no reviews or bad reviews?
I mean, I think I mean,
if they don't have a product to review.
I think Australia though is just pissed because they're like, hey yo, like, could you have said something to us?
Yeah, they got a drought. I wonder if they had a recall.
They're like, hey yo, like,
Could contain meth.
yeah, right. Why do we have less maple syrup, guys, on the shelves? Oh, you didn't hear about the nationwide meth syrup shortage?
Wasn't my baby losing his baby teeth twice?
My baby's teeth are already rotted out, and that tooth came in 6 days ago.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
Oh man, that's a little too fun. That's a little bit too much fun to have there.
Yeah. So don't do meth.
Yeah, no meth. Apparently, I would never try that one.
There's a lot of drugs I'll advocate for. Meth is not one.
Yeah, no, like, I think people should be able to do what they want, but like, also, like, if you want to do meth, I also think that you probably aren't smart enough to realize what you really like could be doing to yourself. So
yeah,
I don't know. That maybe that's why some people
everything
say
in moderation.
That's what Grandma used to say. I'm writing a joke about that because what the fuck does that mean?
What?
Everything in moderation, like a little bit of crime in moderation. Like, is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit crime on.
You don't do it.
A little bit.
You don't speed now and then.
A little.
You don't run a red light.
A little bit of cheating.
Jaywalk.
A little bit of cheating and moderation. A little bit of
in moderation. It's all in moderation, bro.
I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay. Like, I understand the cheat day process, but like, what does in moderation mean to you? Like, one day, or do you mean like, oh, every day between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. I'm going to eat cookies?
No, if you eat cookies every day, that's not in moderation. If you go to a fast food place every day, that's not in moderation. If you go to a fast food place once every 4 months, that's a little more moderate.
That's like more than moderate. That's like sparsely.
I don't know if that's sparsely. That's probably still more than you should go.
I don't know. Once every 4 months?
Once every 4 months, 3 times a year? You know how much fat is in that shit?
Yeah, but I think that's okay. More than 3 times a year.
Oh, so now I know why you don't want moderation.
Okay, whatever. I don't think that's moderation. I think moderation is like once a month.
Trying to snap up the Culvers and the Chick-fil-A's.
I don't like Culvers, but I'll eat all the Chick-fil-A's.
Oh.
I'll eat all the
Not
Chick-fil-A's.
on Sunday.
That's why I don't go to Chick-fil-A. Whatever, dude. That's one of my days off, and I don't like that they're closed that day. KFC, baby!
I found that Culver's chicken is actually better than...
Culver's chicken.
It's better than...
Zaxby's, I think, is open this Sunday.
It's better than Chick-fil-A.
So you just did one, right?
Yep.
And I have my last one, and then you have your last one after that. So
yep.
I'm gonna go ahead. This one's kind of crazy. This one sounds like a fucking Rob Schneider movie, dude. A 28-year-old woman accused of posing as Louisiana high school student. That's like some undercover 80s fucking news story fucking movie headline.
Can I just interject and say that also reminds me of Holt from Cleveland Show?
The callback, bro. The callback. I appreciate that so fucking much. Did he go to a school?
He imitated a pitcher.
Oh yeah. Because he was because he was actually like a minor league player, right? In the show. Yes.
Yeah, and so they needed him to pitch for their team, and so
he pretended to be in high school.
But
like the only thing about
he was really short, and so he could pull it off.
Like
he lived with his mom anyway,
and he had beers after or something. And that's like what like Lewis cover.
Yeah, he like showed up drunk or some shit.
This woman says she posed as a 17-year-old student to learn English. So yeah, she was just trying.
That is clever because she was using the public school system.
Yeah,
So she was getting a free English
that's
lesson.
why they arrested her. It says her and her mom were arrested Tuesday in St. Charles.
How old was she actually? 28?
The woman was 28, yeah, and the mom was 46. It said they were both arrested and charged with one count of injuring public records, which I think means just like lying on a public record.
That's not a felony, right?
I think it is to lie on a paper like that. It's totally a felony. It says Serrano Alvarado used a fake passport and birth certificate from Honduras to register and enroll her daughter at Hannahville School for the 2002-2003 school year, the sheriff's office said.
I mean, see, that's where I disagree with the law. You're going to punish somebody, and now they're going to have this felony on their record, all because they wanted to better themselves. They didn't harm anybody, really. Did they harm anybody?
I don't think anybody got harmed. I mean, I don't know like what she did in the school.
If she was learning English, I mean, I don't think she was doing any harm.
Yeah, it actually sounds like
the teacher was going to be teaching anyway. You say, "Oh, she took our tax dollars." She wasn't even enrolled.
The sheriff that was talking about the case at a news conference, he even defended her and said she wanted to learn English. She wanted to become proficient in our language. He said there was no nefarious reason behind this. He just said that falsifying government documents was bad judgment.
Yeah, obviously it's bad judgment, but I mean,
he said there's other avenues. She just didn't know. Like she could have took an ESL or a GED program.
Yeah, she could have got some sort of financial aid or something, and got whooped. She didn't get a chance.
Apparently, she didn't get in trouble in school. So
she didn't get a chance at the public.
To me, I just know that Pauly Shore is going to be here next week at that comedy McCurdy's actually.
Yep.
And I feel like this is a Pauly Shore movie, or some shit.
I haven't seen a Pauly Shore movie since 2002.
Yeah, but it was also 94 when he probably came out with the movies.
No, I'm just saying, like, I haven't seen a new one since I think In the Army Now came out in like 2001, right?
Maybe, I'm not exactly sure, but I know that he did come out with one on Netflix recently. I think it's called Animal. No, it's not The Animal. It's called like House something or Neighbors.
Animal House?
No, that's a different movie. It's called like Neighbors or House Neighbors or something like that. It's on Netflix. If you look up Pauly Shore on Netflix, it's his most recent thing. It happened during COVID. I
remember Biodome and In the Army Now.
Dude, I want to get.
I'm sure there are other ones.
I want to get a Blu-ray copy of Biodome and Encino Man, and I want Pauly Shore to sign them. Too. Dude, Encino Man was so good, dude. Brendan Fraser like barely talks in that movie until the end, And
I mean, that's kind of his character.
Yeah, he's just like fucking caveman. But I love that shit. It's so good.
Yeah,
I think that's what got him George of the Jungle. Honestly,
the fact that he can go through a whole movie without saying a word.
He just like looked good as a caveman, and they're like, "Hey, we could do that in the jungle."
It's like I Am Legend. There was like 4 words in that whole movie because there was nobody to talk to.
No, that's not true.
Near the end, he talked.
Yeah, and he talked to his dog a lot.
But at the he didn't like say much.
No, he didn't.
Talked
in
to
the
mannequin.
It happened more and more and more.
It was just there was a lot. It started off really silent, and there was a lot of silence in that movie.
Damn, bro, they let this woman make it all the way to 4 days. They let it. She went through the whole school year, bro, and the investigation started 4 days after.
So is she fluent yet? Probably not. That'd be a tall task.
No.
If she's fluent, then they should just waive the charges.
I agree with that, but I don't.
If you can pass this test, then.
This says this wasn't the first time that somebody did it. In January, a 29-year-old woman was charged of using false documents to enroll in a New Jersey high school. She attended classes over a 4-day period.
And why did she say she did it?
I don't know. But a judge allowed the other woman, to take a pretrial intervention program and like not get in trouble.
That's horse shit.
It is horse shit. That's like some fucking favoritism shit. Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's a Debbie Downer of an article in the end. I feel like just because she got charged.
Yeah, I don't think that's cool. I don't like that at all, but I do think it was a fun title and something to talk about.
No, certainly.
I hope things work out for her. I need to remember to start a GoFundMe for that dude that fucking shot himself. Fuck, dude.
Are you ready for my final article?
Are you ready for your final article? That's my question.
I am ready.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
I feel like it's a fun one.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. So it's really alluding to the amazing fact is something, I guess, that there was an article written about 4 years ago. But this is an alleged Russian spy whale that was spotted in Sweden.
Like James Bond fucking spy whale. Like,
Yeah. So the reason that he's
we're
being
really on the
mentioned
whale.
again-
We're on the whale theme this time.
Yeah,
aren't
we are. But the reason he's being mentioned again is because he was spotted in Sweden. But I think it was 4 years ago. They said he surfaced and he was found with a camera strapped to him that said "property of St. Petersburg,"
We know that's not.
and he was clearly a domesticated whale. Like, you
Right.
could tell he was raised in an aquarium and he was around people. And I just think that the fact that, like they're saying in the article, they call him Hvaldimir, which is a combination of the Norwegian word whale, which is Hvla, or Vla, just with an H on the front,
Right.
and the President Vladimir Putin's first name.
Yeah.
But they say the problem with this is that beluga whales are actually they live in pods.
Yeah.
So they're group animals or whatever. So this whale for the past 4 years has been by himself. So anytime he sees humans, he just swims right up to them because these whales crave not human interaction, but just social interaction in
Yeah,
general.
and that's what it knows.
And he knows human interaction. So through that, he's been cut by propellers. People throw things to him that whales can't really eat, you know.
But he eats them anyways.
And he'll eat it anyway, and it kind of fucks him up. So he actually has a foundation made just for protecting him.
He's like still out there doing his thing.
But the crazy thing about it is that it says he'd been wearing a harness labeled Equipment St. Petersburg, which led many to believe he'd been trained by the Russian Navy for intelligence purposes. Russia and the U.S. are among the handful of countries that have military training programs incorporating aquatic mammals. Okay, so now I'm gonna go off here really quick. So now there's a link that I can click for incorporating aquatic mammals, and that takes me over to a different article. And this article is titled, "A Russian Naval Base is Defended by Dolphins. It's not as unusual as it sounds."
No, I've heard about that before. They did that kind of shit before.
That is crazy to me.
Why? They're super smart. They're like as smart as us almost.
Yeah, well, they keep them in like a cage around this naval base.
Oh, yeah. They're highly aggressive, too. They're territorial animals, so they're like, get the out of here.
I mean, I just never knew that we were using... I mean, does PETA know about this?
I don't think PETA...
Has anybody told PETA?
PETA only cares about the ones we eat. They don't care about the ones that are smart enough to have jobs and be forced
that
to do them.
the beluga whale story. I mean, that's sad, bro.
That is sad.
You know? That's like the loneliest whale type of story sad.
That's like literally like that must be where the Avatar thing we talked about last week, that must be where he got it. Cause like there's literally like a solo one that's like not part of the pods. And like he is exactly like what you said. Like,
well, that might be the story of the loneliest whale, which was it was recorded on an underwater sonar.
oh yeah.
And it was a frequency that no whale has ever made, and they can't match it to any type of whale. So they're like, this whale talks to himself.
He doesn't know how to talk to
exactly.
whales.
So the theory is that he talks to himself, but it's actually not that sad because a lot of scientists theorize that because he speaks in such a manner that he makes these frequencies in such a manner that he can probably actually communicate with more whales than most whales can.
Oh, but they just...
Because he has such a wide range of frequency.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. I was like, so the loneliest whale becomes the friendliest. Just
yeah,
like
but
that.
they're also like
The most popular.
They're like lonely or most popular, but also like when they're by themselves, you got to think like being in the ocean sounds scary, but when you're that big and you have like no natural predator and you're just like whatever. Like,
yeah, no, I mean it's not scary, but if you're programmed for
like social interaction,
maybe
the dude has flipping social anxiety, or you don't know, man. Maybe he's got like some whale equivalent of it, you know?
Yeah, well, he doesn't because he goes up to humans looking for interaction.
He's like, hey, what up, bro?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to be part of a pod. He wasn't born into a pod.
Like,
he was born into a zoo and then trained to be a freaking spy. And he's just the friendliest spy ever.
He comes right up. He's like, hey, you guys want to know what I do for a job? Look, I got a camera.
Say cheese.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, you're just going to take that off me? Okay. All right, see you later, bro. Oh, you're going to put a new tracker on me?
Can I get one of them bush lights? Or...
All right, I'm out of here. I'll be back. Don't leave. I'm coming back.
That sounds like a hey guys, I'll be right back in whale time. It'll be like 1 day, and then he comes back like 2 years later.
Yeah, it was like 4 years. It's been 4 years since they last spotted.
See, that's the thing. Like whales don't have like a regular like time like us. It's just like they have like migrating seasons. So.
Yeah, and it's crazy that he even follows him when he's by himself.
Well, he just knows.
It's just like a natural thing that they're just like programmed to do.
He's like, I'm gonna go this way, and then there's gonna be some people there probably.
They're like, we can domesticate an animal so much, but he's still gonna like have natural instincts.
Well, it's like us. We still have natural instincts.
Like what? We've like forced most of them out.
Most of them, but like we've also glamorized the one that like creates more of us.
What, sex?
Yeah, that, and also fight or flight is like a natural instinct.
Yeah, but you don't always. We squander fight or flight.
A lot of the reason why people don't get out of their comfort zone and actually achieve their dreams is because we're programmed to be comfortable, because comfortable is safe, and being safe is like, oh, we won't die. So that's like why like scary situations that like could actually better you, like we don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because like in our primitive brain, we're like, oh, that could kill us. We don't want to do that, even though it's not going to kill us to do the scary thing. Unless like the scary thing you want to do is like fucking, I don't know, rocket, like becoming an astronaut or something like that.
Evil Knievel type shit.
Yeah, exactly. But like, we're like dead afraid to like, I don't know, like my instance, like was dead afraid to do the stand-up comedy thing, but like I'm not going to die. Like I could be not funny, but I'm not going to die.
No, you're not going to die.
It's fine. But I think I'm funny. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, and even if you're not funny, I mean, you know how many cities there are just in America? You wouldn't even have to leave the country.
I'll go be funny somewhere else.
Exactly. You go somewhere else. You go to a town where there's like 17 people, and I bet you're the funniest motherfucker there.
I probably not, because their sense of humor is probably like, you don't know what a boondag digger is? Like with that dang dong boondagger.
They won't even understand you.
Yeah,
what's this fancy talk, boy?
Yeah, they're learned words with 6 syllables. I don't even know a 6-syllable word. I don't think there is one. Maybe supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's not a word.
But how many syllables in that?
But there are 6-syllable words.
That's 7. Sick.
What about, isn't there a city called Constantinople?
Constantinople. That's 5, I think. And it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. So
there's a song about that.
There is a song about that.
Yeah.
There's a fucking song.
Istanbul, not Constantinople.
I knew you were gonna do it. It's so hard.
I had to. It's fucking hard not to.
I think it's if you hear it, I think it's impossible if you know the song not to do it.
Yeah, I had to do it. So.
Yeah, man. No, don't apologize. Do you have anything else to talk about the whale, or?
No, I just think that that's crazy. I did not know that we had an intelligent mammal. No, that spy unit.
That's definitely crazy. I thought it would be fun.
I wonder if we use turtles.
We talked about whales so much. I don't think turtles respond the same way as mammals. Right? Yeah.
No, are they mammals? I think they are. No, they're reptiles. Sorry. Don't give me that look, bro.
Okay, bro.
They live really long. They're just
mammals don't live as long as them.
Some mammals, maybe.
No.
I almost said a tree. It's getting late.
Yeah, a tree lives longer than that. We're getting real far away from mammals now. But yeah, man, so it is getting kind of late, so maybe we should wrap this one up. What do you think?
Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah, so guys, remember about my comedy show coming up. McCurdy's Comedy Club at 7 p.m. on the 28th. Other than that, thanks for joining us for this episode of the WeKIN Rundown. I've been your host, Drew.
And this is Daniel, and we hope you join us for the next episode. We're going to try and push that one out Sunday next week, or Monday?
I don't know, man. We're going to do it whenever we're going to do it.
All right. Well, same time next week.
Same time next week. Same general time.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Tuesdays have been our lock, so we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.